Here's a cheap 30-minute one-dish wonder. Here are the items that we're going to need. Some rice, some frozen peas, an onion, some smoked sausage or kielbasa or whatever you like to call it. I'm going to be using the Instant Pot today. Now these 3 items are what make this recipe taste so good. You're going to need smoked paprika, that's the secret, thyme, and minced garlic. The first step is to cut up the sausage and chop the onion. The onion is chopped and the sausage is sliced. I'm going to come over to the Instant Pot and simply turn on the saute function. And then I'm going to dump this in there and we're going to let this cook for just a couple minutes. And it's going to smell so good. What we want to do, thank you Instant Pot for telling me that you're on. What we're going to do is cook this long enough for the onions to become a little bit soft. I'm going to throw in some minced garlic, some thyme. Don't be afraid, you can't mess it up. And the secret to this recipe tasting so good and flavorful is a lot of smoked paprika, like a lot. Don't be afraid, it's gonna taste great. I stirred that around. This is one of those times, y'all, where I wish YouTube had a smell function. It smells amazing. It's gonna be so good. While that's cooking over there, you wanna go ahead and pull out your frozen peas from the freezer. Just put them on the counter and let them sit there while this cooks. So I put a couple tablespoons of water down into the bottom of the pot so the paprika won't burn. We're gonna let this cook for about 2 more minutes and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, this next part is really important for how to make this one pot wonder without burning your rice. I've already measured out 2 cups of water and 2 cups of rice. The very first thing we put into this pot is gonna be the water, not the rice. So we're gonna pour this in. And before I do anything else, I'm gonna stir this up. And then I'm going to pour my rice on top. Now, let's try to do this one-handed. Let me switch hands, grab a spatula. And what we wanna do is just very, very gently press the rice down until it's covered. Do not stir this. If you stir it when we turn on the rice function, it's gonna burn to the bottom. And we don't want that to happen. So, just very carefully getting that covered, just barely. I'm not pushing that down very hard at all. Okay, now I'm gonna put the lid on. I had to turn the Instant Pot off. Now I'm going to put pressure cook, and you'll notice that the number 7 popped up because we make this all the time. That is the perfect number for rice. I know it has a rice function, I just don't ever use it. Yep, thank you Instant Pot. So we're gonna come back and check this as soon as the rice is done. When the timer goes off, letting you know that your 7 minutes are over, you wanna come right back to the Instant Pot. Do not let it self-release. Our rice is done cooking, so I am going to come over here to the release knob and I'm gonna turn it and let all that steam out until the silver button drops down. The silver button has dropped down, which means it's safe to turn off the lid. And what I did is I pressed the cancel button and then I pressed the keep warm, that yellow button right there. This is to make sure that it doesn't stay too hot, and I'm gonna show you the next step. Now we're just taking our peas that have been thawing out on the counter, and they're not completely thawed, they're still sort of frozen, which you can tell. That's okay, it's not a big deal. We're gonna dump those in there. Whoop. I'm gonna stir this around, and then I'm gonna put the lid on for about 4 minutes. The heat from everything that's going on in this pot is going to cook the peas. And our under 30-minute one pot wonder dish is finished.